I legit just filmed this entire video thinking that she lived in Missouri, but guess what? She doesn't live in Missouri. She lives in Michigan. Two completely different states. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is actually a collab with Ruby's Life. She's an amazing YouTuber. I absolutely love her content. Make sure to go subscribe to her. She's so close to 100 subscribers. So yeah, go check her out in the description box below. She posts all sorts of videos like vlogs, sit-down videos, just really fun videos in general. So if you guys want to go check her out, check her out. Okay, so we decided that we wanted to do pros and cons of the state that we live in. Now, she lives all the way in Missouri, which is a completely different state from North Carolina, from what I'm getting at. It's kind of like warm here, kind of, and over there it's like cold. So like that shows you that they're two complete opposite states, okay? So I'm going to be doing today's video of all the pros and cons that I could think of North Carolina. Now, I don't have that strong of opinions towards North Carolina, whether that be good or bad, so that could mean two completely different things. So it's just whatever way you look at it, you know what I mean? I personally like living in North Carolina. I've never lived anywhere else, so I don't really have that much to compare it to, but I think it's fun. Okay, so the first con I could think of is that the weather is kind of all over the place. It's very unpredictable. It cannot decide whether it wants to be hot or cold or in between. One day it will call for snow, but then we'll get a blizzard of hotness. It's not very good weather. It's very unpredictable. It doesn't know what to do with itself. It's all over the place, and it needs to find some direction because it's getting way too out of proportions. Like, we have this groundhog on Groundhog's Day, okay? He's supposed to come out and predict the weather for the next 6 months or whatever. 6 weeks? 6 weeks. It would not be 6 months. But he said that it was going to be 6 more weeks of blank. I don't remember if it was spring or winter. I honestly can't remember. I'm so sorry. But all I remember is that the groundhog is completely wrong for our state. Because no matter what that groundhog says, he's going to be wrong. Because it is no longer, you know, cold or hot. It is all the way in between, intertwined. It's like a ball of yarn that you can't undo, okay? It is all over the place and in between. You know, you'll be wanting to wear a sweater one day and then you end up having to wear short sleeves and shorts because it's so hot outside. The weather is all over the place, okay? Now that I got that out of the way, we have some fun stuff here. We have like the state fair, which I feel like every place has, but you know, we have the state fair. We have the zoo, we have the beach, we have the mountains, we have the forests. I personally live by a forest, and I'm pretty sure I'm kind of close to some mountains, maybe? I don't know. I'm like 3 hours away from anything fun, technically. Like the forest is fun and stuff, and I have lakes here, and, you know, you can go kayaking. Not that I've ever done that, or nor do I want to. But, you know, you can do some fun stuff. You can go paddleboarding here. But, like, you know, in Florida, there's, like, manatees and, like, sea turtles in the water. Here we have snapping turtles and snakes. So that's not really fun. I mean, at least we have a diverse, you know, we have, like, regions and stuff. It's, like, beach, mountains, flat land for farming, and then, like, some other terrain, okay? Now, I also live south. You know, I am on the south of the country that I live in, which is the United States of America. I am on the south, and I'm on the edge. So, yeah, that's okay. Now, I live in the south, so there's a lot of stereotypes that go around with living here. Like, I play the banjo and the harmonica. I've heard that one quite a lot. People think that I sound really, really southern. I do not. I want to have a southern accent more than anything in the entire world, because that would be so much fun. Imagine that, like, hi y'all, how y'all doing? Like, I can't do it correctly. My mom, oh my gosh, she has the best southern accent in the entire world. She can sound like, you know, your amazing aunt from the south, or she can sound like my mom, and they're two completely different things, because my mom sounds like everyone else does around here, but then, like, she can also sound so southern, and I love that accent. It's so cool, because she grew up in Virginia, okay, so she has, like, the cool southern accent, and I have none, and I might have, like, a little bit of southern in me, but, like, I don't have as much as she does, and it is great. I want to have a southern accent so badly. I'm so bad at picking accents. We have some other fun stuff in North Carolina. We have, like, I'll have to think on that one. We have a lot of food places. We have like Olive Garden, Chick-fil-A, Cookout, which is not a lot of other places, Sheetz, which is not a lot of other places. In other countries, I know that they don't have Walmart, so we have a Walmart. One con, I feel like, would be that we have an intense amount of wildlife, and you might think, oh, Danielle, I'd really like to see a wild turkey running across the road, and honestly, I would too, because the wildlife that we have is not very fun, okay? We have, like, the generic wildlife, and then we have, like, a possum and a fox and a black bear living in your backyard, you know what I mean? Like, we have all sorts of different things. I live right next to a woods, so I have seen a lot of wildlife, you know, just strolling, you know, like deers and all that stuff, which I thought was pretty common, but, you know, people seem very excited when they see a deer. You know, you're in any other state, and they're like, oh my gosh, look at the deer, look at the deer, oh my gosh, it's a deer. You know, even if it's dead laying on the side of the road, people will still flip out about it and think, like, it's the coolest thing in the world. We hardly get any snow, which is a big, huge con for me. I love the snow. Snow is my favorite thing. I would much prefer snow over rain, if you ask me, and I think everyone else would. I don't get the point of rain, too. Like, okay, the atmosphere is letting go of water, okay? I get that whole thing. I get the science behind it. I don't need to be explained to that. But the water, I mean, it gets you so soaking wet. Like, who likes the rain? Like, I don't even care if you say, like, oh, I like when it rains. Like, I get it if you're, like, sleeping or whatever and you like the sound of rains, you know, hitting the side of your house. You look a little pitter-patter, okay? Pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. No, this is not what rain does to you when you go outside. You go outside, oh, look, it's Clover. You go outside when it's raining and you are getting wet. Your hair is getting frizzy. Your face feels like it's going to turn into an ice cube that is melting. You feel like you're a precipitating water bottle in the middle of a hot summer day. Your glasses get all foggy if you have them. Your mouth is all dry because now the water is slowly taking all of the oxygen away from you. That doesn't make any sense. Your clothes are now wet. The papers that you were carrying to your next class are now completely soaked and ruined, and ink is going onto your fingers because the water can somehow do that to the ink. I don't know how it does it, okay? It just does it. And it is seeping through. There's all sorts of ink all over your hands. Now your hands are completely black, okay? You try to wipe the hair out of your face and wipe your glasses. Now everything else is black, and that is what happens when it rains. Just saying, I don't get the point of it. Another great thing about North Carolina is that since we're right near the, like, the coast of the United States, we get a lot of, you know, fish and, like, lobster, and we have a lot of, you know, fresh food because we have a lot of farming here. So I guess that's fun. Not that I eat fish or lobster or a lot of fresh food. All my stuff usually comes from a can or applesauce. I'm just saying, you know, we have some fun things. You know, one time when I was in kindergarten, I went to a apple core peeler slicer party. Look that one up. Another pro about living in North Carolina is that we have our own name, North Carolinian. Yeah, but your state doesn't have a name. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, Oregonian? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work. But North Carolinian, like, it works. You know what I mean? So, sorry if you live in Oregon. Maybe you guys do have a name. Maybe I'm just uneducated enough to not know it. Sorry. A lot of people don't like our governor. I don't exactly know who he is, but I know a lot of people don't like him. Or maybe they do like him. Okay, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys, before I make an absolute fool of myself. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I love you guys so much. Goodbye. Wait,